Workflows allow you to automate steps inside a project. The basic idea is that you're providing specific instructions up front so that Dubsado can execute those instructions at a later time, like when you're tied up in a meeting. Let's say, for example, you follow the same process anytime you onboard a new client to your signature service. You can create a customized workflow template to use and reuse at the beginning of a project. Once it's been applied to a project, the workflow will follow each action as instructed. Maybe for your signature service, you want the workflow to watch when the client pays their deposit and then immediately update the project status from lead to job. Then, the workflow should activate the client portal and add a few onboarding documents inside. Exactly 1 day later, the workflow should send a canned email to your client introducing her to her client portal, and the onboarding phase is complete. This is just one example of what's possible with workflows. You don't have to copy this exact sequence, and you don't have to copy other Dubsado users in your industry either. In fact, once you learn the individual building blocks, you'll discover just how many sequences and combinations are possible with Dubsado workflows. In this video, we'll talk about different ways to use workflows and share advice on how to tackle them. The rest of this lesson will cover automation in Dubsado, workflow benefits, and common concerns. It can feel tricky to determine the best approach for your business, so we want you to have a lot of information up front. Successful workflows come in all shapes and sizes. You might have a workflow that's 100% automated, meaning every action will fire automatically when it's supposed to, and your hands are completely free. Or you might have a workflow where every action requires your approval before it happens for maximum control and customization. Maybe your business will include every step from onboarding to offboarding in the same workflow. Or maybe you'll divide your workflows into different phases to be a bit more focused and nimble. Multiple workflows can be applied manually or strung together in one long daisy chain, automatically triggering the next workflow at the end of the current workflow. As you plan your own workflows, you'll probably use a little bit of each strategy. Feel free to mix and match approaches as needed. At Dubsado, our team has seen firsthand how workflows can transform the way a business runs behind the scenes. We also know that it takes time to make a plan, and we know it takes time to test what you build. The best advice we can pass along is don't rush. Automation will magnify and multiply whatever you create, good or bad. If you want to provide an awesome client experience instead of an embarrassing one, take your time, use our resources, and please reach out to us in the office if you need help. Tip number 1. Workflows should be the last thing you set up because they're the most advanced feature in Dubsado. Tip number 2. It's okay to start slow. Until your workflows are up and running, you can use Dubsado manually to send emails, create invoices, and schedule appointments. Tip number 3. You got this, and we're here to help if you ever feel stuck.